Basically, you kind of want to fake it till you make it, I guess, but you want to make sure you are showing up as if you are already a content creator. Become a content creator, and are you ready to stop playing with your potential and start being more intentional on creating content? Or if you already started creating content and you want to start positioning yourself and to become monetized? Well, in this video, I want to share with you all the tips and secrets on how to become a successful content creator. With that being said, let's get started. Hi, my name is Alante and welcome to my channel. And if you're new here, that's okay because I'm new here as well, as this is my first vlog. Now more than ever, it's easier to become a content creator due to the simple fact that it's so much wealth of information online like this vlog, but also 77% of brands work with micro and nano influencers like myself. So you can ultimately land a paid brand partnership without even having 1,000 or 10K followers. So I kind of want to share with you guys my journey on how I got started. So let's kind of like go back in time. So I always kind of took pictures and, created content for a long time now, but it wasn't until October of last year, so October 2022, when I started to kind of like really stop playing with my potential and really became more intentional and purposeful with my content. So now that is July 2023, so about 6, 8, 9, 10 months. 8, 9, 10 months, I've had a lot of success. As some of my successes, this is what I should have practiced. I was featured in a magazine article. I've had numerous of brand deals, paid brand deals. I'm super passionate about creating content. I like what I do, and it's good to kind of see like when you get paid to post. So when you're getting paid to kind of do something you like, it's kind of different. So it's definitely rewarding. So step 1 is going to be to define your personal brand and have a strong personal brand. The reason why that's important is because when brands reach out to you, they're going to be wanting to work with you as a brand. And if you think about it, essentially becoming an influencer, you yourself is a brand, and how you promote your personal brand is through content creation. A clear idea on the brands you want to attract and the brands you want to work with, and then ask yourself, does your feed align with that brand? Does it give off the same vibe as that brand does? What do you do really well? What do you enjoy? What are you asked a lot? Those are kind of like questions you can kind of ask yourself to kind of get started on how to create your personal brand. If a brand reaches out to you and they come across your page, they need to know exactly what you do, what you sell, and what type of content do you create. It needs to be very distinct that they can figure that out. And that's kind of like, marketing 101. So now that you defined your personal brand, you want to get into the actual content creation itself. Content creator, creating content. You gotta create the content. So step 2 is going to be the content creation itself. So you want to make sure you're creating high quality original content. Brands absolutely look at original content, so it's important that you are creating a high quality content and high quality original content. It's all about quality over quantity. If you haven't already started creating content, what you want to do is start to create content so you can start creating a content library. And that's just kind of like your feed. One of the ways in which I create content, I just use a tripod, and I'll link the tripod I use in the bottom of the show notes. And basically just set up a tripod and just start taking pictures yourself. One piece of content can be used against a lot of different platforms. So let's make sure we're diversifying our content. Okay, so now that you have created the content, now you want to start posting the content. And you just don't want to post. You definitely want to make sure you have a strategy. On to step 3, which is engagement. So after you created the content, you posted the content, now you want to make sure you are engaging within that content you just posted. So if you just posted a picture, you want to make sure you are engaging. I cannot stress that enough, especially primarily on Instagram. I don't really know if I mentioned this or not, but micro and nano influencers have the highest engagement rate. That's why a lot of brands want to work with influencers that have a small following, because we have the highest engagement rate. And one of the ways you can do that is definitely comments, liking. Some brands ask for your engagement rate, some doesn't, but if you just ever want to really know what your engagement rate is, again, I'll put the link down to where you can kind of figure out your engagement rate. So if you have really good quality content and you know you're not getting a lot of engagement, that's something you want to improve the quality of your content. So step 4 is going to be building a community. And what I mean by that is basically having an engaged audience. The key thing with the audience, you want to have an engaged audience. That's important. That's key. And it's definitely key when it comes to these brands. So as your audience begins to grow, continue to engage with your new audience and continue to engage with your current audience. What's important is you want to have content that converts. Brands reach out to you and they give you an affiliate link. Let's just say they give me a code like Alante10, which meaning my followers will get 10% off. If I have not converted a lot of my followers into actual buyers of that product, then I probably don't have that best engaged followers, or that particular product does not resonate with my target audience. Make sure like you perform really good with a certain brand. How many comments, how many people click the link. If you have an Amazon storefront like myself, you want to make sure your audience is engaging with your link. That's how you earn commission. So as your follower starts to grow, engage with them. Engage with your new followers. Like, don't radio silence them. Make sure you are continuing to engage with your audience. And female, like just a real influencer or content creator, they know their audience and they know their insights and they kind of just know their target audience, and they just kind of know how to create content that's relatable to them and that's going to resonate with them. But you want to make sure you have a clear distinction on who your audience is. So one key, like what I'll kind of look at is like, look at your insights. Kind of look at like your demographic, your age group, your location, the percentage of, you know, male and female. Like just becoming a content creator in 2023, the key thing is going to be creating that community. If you kind of look at your favorite influencers or just a powerful influencer, like somebody who can really resonate with their audience, the Diaras of the world, the Aaliyah Faces of the world, they have that community. It takes time to kind of build that community, but out the gate, when you're becoming a content creator and you're starting this journey, as I mentioned, to become a successful one, out the gate from the beginning, you want to engage with your audience, because from there, that's what's going to start to build that community. So on to step 5, which is the last step. This last step is going to be make sure you are searchable. So you defined your brand, you created the content, you have posted the content, you have engaged with that content with your audience. Now you want to make sure, now you want to position yourself in the best way possible. This is going to be about how you are marketing yourself and how you are positioning yourself in this field. The influencer industry and the content creator industry is very saturated. Not to get discouraged and not to say that's a bad thing. It's room for everybody on all these platforms, but you want to make sure you are standing out amongst different content creators in the industry that it's already saturated. I'm just going to use Instagram as an example. So on Instagram, you want to make sure you have in your bio how they can reach you via email. So it can say anything along the lines of inquiries here, inquiries, email this, X, Y, and Z. The other thing is you want to make sure you have a title. For example, what I mean by this is on Instagram. So on Instagram, I have on my title, I have my name and I have Houston Influencer. I'm pretty sure 80% how brands find me is from that title. And I find different services here in Houston as I search, you know, like Braider in Houston. So if you don't want to add that to your title, but I think that's the most effective way, making sure you are using that keyword or hashtag within your content. And brands don't really look at following, but they do look at how you are selling yourself, because that's going to kind of tell them how you're going to sell their products. You know, how their product is going to perform on your page. Is it going to have good engagement? Is it going to have a good, you know, engagement rate? You know, they kind of like look at that when they look at your overall page. So basically you want to show up like you already are a content creator. Basically you kind of want to fake it till you make it, I guess, but you want to make sure you are showing up as if you are already a content creator. You want to become a content creator, show up every day like you're a content creator. Do all things content creating, do all things influencing, you know, just that's kind of like what brands look at. So make sure you position yourself correctly. That's how you're going to receive requests, inquiries. If you kind of really don't know how, like, again, how to get started, take a look at one of your favorite influencers, or kind of look at another curator who kind of have the same like vibe or same like theme as you, and then not necessarily steal all of their idea, or let's see like how they are positioning yourself and how you can implement that into your style. So there you have it, 5 easy steps on how to become a content creator, how to be more intentional with your content. And so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it very informative. Again, I'm new here, so don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. So lastly, good luck on your journey as a content creator, and until next time.